Always the Games offer in London was of a spectacular but inner city site, which is different from many modern Olympic Games where the primary stadium and most of the events have been carried out on the outskirts of a city built on a greenfield site. The object in London was always regeneration. The big site at Stratford was ripe for regeneration. So the characteristics of what we've needed to deliver have been very different. What we've had to do is to put in the capital infrastructure to get better public transport services into those areas. We've had £6.5 billion worth of investment. We've reinvigorated parts of the National Railway network that serves Stratford. We've extended the Docklands Light Railway to Stratford International. We've put in real money into transport services which will not only serve the Games but actually be the way in which the area regenerates afterwards. This isn't the only big event we've ever had here. We do it at the State Opening of Parliament, we cope with marches, we cope with Christmas sales, we cope with all that sort of stuff. It's the length of time which is different and perhaps the geographical dispersion. Some of this is really challenging in the sense that nobody's done it in a big way before, but we're on our way, we're on this journey. For example, we've already talked to 500,000 employees in London about changing their habits during the Games, and we think we're going to be successful. It's a very exciting prospect to put in this level of change in a city like this.
The challenges of the Games are both daunting and exciting in the same breath. Not many people have been involved in an Olympic Games before, so everything's new and fresh, and we're doing things we've never done before. In terms of the job in surface transport, it's in three main areas. One is the Olympic route network and the Paralympic route network, which is a network of roads to get the Games family, the athletes, the media, the officials around London in a reliable time to make sure that nobody misses their events. That's our number one target. The second role is in relation to the road events. We've got 13 road events at Games time. We need to set the roads up and prepare for those and put the traffic management in place. The biggest is the cycle road race, which is a 140-kilometre route down through southwest London. So that's probably the most difficult. It involves 80 kilometres of barrier line, 6,000 road closures, 2,800 stewards. It's a huge, huge event. The third big area is central London. We're expecting the crowds to be substantial. Team GB does really well, they'll be even bigger. If the weather's really nice, even bigger again, no doubt. But we've got plans in place, depending upon the level of crowd, that starts to manifest itself as to how we deal with that. And a road closure plan attached to it, so that if the crowd levels expand and spill out onto the road network, then clearly we have to take action to make sure it's safe and restrict traffic movement. At Games time, there will be a lot going on. There'll be lots of good things to come and see and lots of good things to do. We'll know if everything's gone to plan because it'll be sport on the front page of the newspapers and not transport. We'll know we've met our plan if every athlete makes their Games on time. Everybody's on the start line when they need to be. All the officials are there on time. So it's about making sure people are there on time, that transport isn't the issue, that it's all about sport and celebration.
What London expects of us is to keep going, and I think that actually one of the reasons I'm optimistic is because we've demonstrated resilience. Where it's ever really mattered, we've demonstrated it, both in historical terms, when the organisation kept going in the worst periods of the war. If you look more recently, the IOC were here inspecting us and looking at our transport techniques during the civil disturbances in August. We carried on running. That is what this organisation does. It and its staff and the staff of its contractors carry on running. It's really important to me that resilience is demonstrated. And it's that resilience which, even if some things do go wrong during the Olympics, will make it work for London.